Welcome to the AI for Career Success podcast by Curt Robbins, where we help you get smarter than your competition. This is episode 124.
I'm Daphne.
And I'm Fred. Today we are tackling a really big one. It's this high-stakes battle between state-level protections and a federal push for centralized AI control.
And for you as a working professional, this is something you really need to follow. The outcome here, whether we get accountability or just unchecked speed, it's going to directly impact things like job security.
And corporate liability, and just how safe your career is in the face of all this rapid AI advancement.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. This discussion was suggested by our show's producer, senior technical writer Curt Robbins.
And we're sourcing our information today from excerpts of a video transcript from the PBS NewsHour YouTube channel. It's titled, "Trump Considers Order to Override State Regulations on Artificial Intelligence."
So our mission today is to cut through the noise. We need to understand not just what rules are being proposed, but, what specific protections are actually being threatened.
And why the White House seems to believe that national speed is more important than local safety standards.
Okay, so let's get into the core of it. The main conflict. Reports are flying that the Trump administration is drafting a sweeping executive order. And it's designed specifically to override state regulations that govern AI. This is a huge attempt to centralize power.
It really is. And what's particularly aggressive here is the enforcement mechanism they're talking about. This isn't just a suggestion.
No.
The order is reportedly planning to set up a dedicated task force inside the Department of Justice, the DOJ.
And this task force wouldn't just be writing reports. They would be empowered to actually sue states that create AI regulations they don't like.
And even more than that, they could potentially withhold federal funding from states that pass their own AI laws. That is serious financial muscle to force compliance.
The rationale for this comes straight from the president's social media. He posted, "We must have one federal standard instead of a patchwork of 50 state regulatory regimes."
Right, the classic patchwork argument.
Exactly. And he adds, "If we don't, then China will easily catch us in the AI race." So it's all framed around speed and competition.
And that idea of a patchwork is, it's really key to understanding the corporate side of this, which we'll get to. But first, why did the states even step in?
Well, the simple reason is they had to.
Right, because there are currently 0 federal regulations around AI. So the states became this laboratory of law. They saw the risks and started making rules.
And this federal order is aiming right at those new laws, specifically in Colorado and California.
And these aren't just minor rules. They give real, tangible protections to people, to working professionals like you.
Let's talk about Colorado's law first. It's designed to protect nearly 6 million people from AI discrimination in really critical life areas.
Things like employment screening, housing applications, even getting health insurance.
This is so important. When we say employment screening, we're talking about protection from algorithmic bias. This is where an automated system might unfairly screen you out based on, hidden proxies for race or gender or age. The Colorado law gives you legal recourse if that happens.
It creates accountability. And California's law, it's more focused on transparency. It's a really robust law that lets the public look inside the security and safety protocols of these big AI companies.
Which is where corporate accountability really has to start.
Exactly. And it also gives significant protections to whistleblowers, people inside these tech firms who might expose something that's going wrong.
So if the federal government just wipes these state laws off the map?
Well, there's no specific replacement ready to go. It just creates a huge legal vacuum.
Which makes you wonder, if the goal is really about beating China, why not just set a federal floor for protections instead of, erasing everything?
That's the question, isn't it? It suggests this might be less about a national strategy and more about, corporate priorities.
It seems like a direct reflection of what big tech has wanted for a long time.
Oh, for sure. We know that top execs from companies like NVIDIA, Google, Apple, they have regular access to the White House.
And for them, this patchwork of state laws is just a huge, expensive headache. It slows them down.
The compliance costs are a nightmare for them. 50 different sets of rules on data privacy, on bias testing. They just want one rulebook so they can focus on speed. But here's the fascinating part. If you look at what the public thinks, it completely flies in the face of this speed at all costs argument.
Right. It seems the American public isn't really demanding this reckless approach.
Not at all. A Gallup poll from September showed a massive majority, 80% of U.S. adults, believe the government should maintain strict rules for AI safety.
Even if it means developing AI more slowly.
Yes, even if it slows things down, that 80% figure is a huge mandate for caution. It's not a mandate for gutting worker protections in the name of speed.
Let's take a brief break for a special message from our producer, Curt Robbins.
Hi, this is Curt Robbins. First, thanks for listening. I truly appreciate your support. I want to let you know that I'm currently accepting new clients. My rates are affordable, and I have more than 25 years of experience working for enterprise companies like Microsoft, Northrop Grumman, Oracle, PNC Bank, FedEx, USAA, and Wells Fargo, among many others. If you want to improve your IT documentation and communications, hire me. I deliver fast, know how to use AI to improve efficiency and accuracy, and love going the extra mile to satisfy my clients. Thank you for subscribing and listening. Back to you, Daphne and Fred.
Welcome back to the AI for Career Success podcast.
Okay, before the break, we were talking about this clash between corporate influence and what the public actually wants.
Right.
Now, let's connect that directly to what this all means for the future of work.
This is probably the most crucial piece for our listeners. We hear these tech leaders, someone like Elon Musk, predicting that AI will make work optional.
It's this utopian vision, right? Everyone gets a basic income and just has leisure time.
It sounds great, but it's a bit of a faith-based idea. It kind of assumes this massive disruption will just magically lead to a utopia where we're all, I don't know, doing watercolors in our gardens.
But American economics doesn't really work that way. We don't historically pay people for leisure, we pay them for work.
Exactly. So when technology eliminates jobs without strong regulations in place, the real effect is just widespread displacement.
And this is where that push for speed really matters. If companies face no liability for biased algorithms, and they don't have to be transparent,
the incentive is just to automate as fast and as cheaply as you can, no matter the human cost.
whereas strong regulations like the ones in California and Colorado, they force companies to be more responsible because the liability is so much higher.
Right. And this isn't just a theory. The industry's own leaders are admitting the risk. Dario Amodei, the head of Anthropic, he said that AI could cure cancer or balance the budget.
But in the same breath,
He said it could also lead to 20% unemployment.
20%, that is a staggering number.
It is, and it underscores why professionals have to watch which way the regulatory power shifts. Is it going to be toward protecting corporate speed, which risks massive job loss?
Or is it shifting to maintain public safety and accountability, which addresses those risks head on? Your career stability really does hinge on which framework wins this battle.
So the key takeaway here is this. The fight over the patchwork of state laws versus a single federal standard is really a battle between accountability and speed.
It's a fight between state laws that protect you from discrimination and a centralized push for rapid, profit-driven development.
And you need to watch closely, because whoever wins this regulatory war is going to define the labor market for the next decade.
Thank you for listening to the AI for Career Success podcast from Curt Robbins, where we help you get smarter than your competition. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share. We'll see you next time.